Right, so we're going to talk about trans shit. So, I'm trans, and I've been on HRT for 2 months, and one of the odd things about being trans is that some people that I hook up with look like a kid that just found out Santa Claus isn't real when they find out that tits don't grow overnight. Where I'm from, they actually have a term for my type of tits. Disappointing. This doesn't mean people think they're bad, but it's kind of like when you order food and it's good enough to eat, but it doesn't live up to expectations, but you give it 5 stars anyway because the owner was really nice to you. And if it was in walking distance of the bar and you were drunk, then you'd probably go there again. Even though the front door is missing, which is kind of odd, but luckily my back door works fine. That was an anal joke. I once had a conversation with someone that went like this.
You sound like a man.
You sound like an asshole.
Well, if you're gonna be like that, I'm not gonna respect your pronouns.
And to show how dumb these people are, I said, can you please tell me what a pronoun is? And he couldn't, which means that I had to Google it because I didn't know either. Anyway, though, I figure it out, and the reason that it didn't offend me when they called me a guy is for the same reason that being called a faggot doesn't offend me. People would call me it in school, and my parents still do. Some people ask why I decided to transition, which is actually an odd question to ask because it wasn't a choice. It was that I realised that women weren't doing a good enough job, so I have to show them how it's done. You know, I was also sick of wearing the pants in the relationship, so now I wear skirts. One time I got catcalled and they said, "Lift up your skirt, faggot." I was like, "Ooh, stop it, you charming devil." Then he punched me. People are often surprised that I wasn't very excited when I first bought my hormones. They're always less surprised when I tell them the reason is that it's not the first time I've had to pay someone to make a hormone. What people are also surprised by though is that despite being on hormones, my mum still doesn't know that I'm trans. And the reason I haven't told her is because I'm playing a game called
What will happen first? Will she figure it out or will she die? Let's see how long you have left on the timer. Looking at family history, it looks like she's got about 4 to 8 years left on the timer. How do you feel about this timer in this game, Skylar?
Well, it's kind of morbid because I love my mother and I don't want her to die, but I also love beating my competition.
But which do you love more?
Well, I've watched enough CSI. I know it's not good to give proof of motive. When you're trans, it's pretty common to date other trans people. Once I went on a date with a trans woman who was sexist in the sense that she hated men, which is kind of like if Rishi Sunak and Suella Braverman hated immigrants. The moment I knew me and this girl weren't going to work out was when we were waiting outside of a cinema for the new Spider-Man movie to start, and she started talking about how sex work is unethical, and I've never experienced a bigger turn-off in my life. I already wasn't horny, but I actually went into negative horny and then regained my virginity back. After that date, I had to pay another person to make a hormone, which my date wasn't too happy about, but she needed the money. Yeah, if you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Subscribe and turn on notifications to get notified when I next upload. Tell me your feedback and ideas for topics to talk about in the comments. I know this video might be unfulfilling because that wasn't really a proper ending, but at least it distracted you from your already unfulfilling life for a few minutes, so be grateful for what you have. Anyway, fuck off.